Nothing funny about it.
If you've been in a crash, count on our experienced attorneys to seek full justice and all the money your case is worth.
For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah.
The sign says it all. Al Lang ready to rise here tonight for the first time in 2025. The Rowdies and Loudoun United. Just moments away from kick. Loudoun United comes in here tonight atop the table in the Eastern Conference standings. So that momentum they built from last season has completely carried over. They are led by a couple of Frenchmen, Hugo Farou in goal, and also Florian Valo, the midfielder. He's got 4 assists so far.
He's definitely the playmaker that sits behind the forward, and they try to funnel everything through him in the attacking third. He has such great control, Drew. He can absorb pressure and lay it off and find space for everyone else.
Take a look at the Rowdies formation. They'll go with that 4-4-2 diamond. Tampa Bay looking for some success here tonight. Just one victory on the season, 9th in the Eastern Conference standings. Told you about Pacias. Van Keesil, though, starting to put a little bit more on his plate. Nyongaberi, too. Number 7. Is that finishing touch going to be there tonight?
Well, we have to see. He has the ability to take players on. He has fantastic speed and control. But that final product, that final pass or shot, the Rowdies are waiting for him to develop that and cause havoc in the attacking third.
Forrest Lasso, also big number 3. The home crowd gonna love to see Forrest doing what he does best. The lumberjack in the back. There's Steve Coleman, the interim head coach for Tampa Bay, an assistant with this Loudoun club last season, so he knows the visitors tonight better than anybody in the stadium. This coaching matchup, too, is brought to you by Farah and Farah, Tampa's personal injury lawyers. So, Coach Coleman, a dream coming true tonight for him, leading this Rowdies club. Ryan Martin on the other side for Loudoun United. And this guy, one of the hot young coaching prospects in all of soccer, all levels.
These two coaches have something in common. They both look out for young talent and develop young talent. Ryan Martin was once the DC United Academy director in 2017. He has a lot of clout. He helped build the FC Cincinnati roster in 2019 when they went to the MLS. He has a lot of points to his resume.
So Loudoun in the visitors' red. There's the Tampa Bay kits. Fresh kits for the Rowdies. 50th anniversary style. 1975, this franchise was born, the first professional franchise here in the Tampa Bay area. They're still going, and this team loves them. This community loves the Rowdies more than ever before, although the success recently has not been up to expectations.
But they're back in Al Lang, and Drew, you know what this means? This week, it's the 14th year anniversary that the Rowdies are playing in Al Lang, right here this week in April. So the Rowdies, after a long road trip, come back for some home cooking, and we'll look to get behind their fans of Ralph Morgan Company.
We're underway. You're watching tonight either on ESPN Plus or on Tampa Bay's 44 home station of the Rowdies. Ball knocked around. Here to start. And here comes Loudoun United. Valo gets a nice touch on it. Oh, nicely behind. Here's Tingy in close. Takes the shot, and it's off the post here to start the game. Loudoun on an early attack.
Well, Tingy was the player of the match last week against Hartford Athletic, coming up from right back. He got the goal to get this Loudoun United team going and to get that win on the road.
So a whistle leads us to our injury report. Injury report brought to you by Orlando Health Bayfront Hospital. Cole Turner is out for Loudoun. So is Robbie Damro. And for the Rowdies, Lewis Hilton, Blake Bodley, and Nick Moon will likely be spectators here tonight.
And those are some core players you just talked about. Bodley on the left, Moon on the right, and Hilton in the middle of the park.
Now.
Beautiful Lawrence White.
Henrich Wright. Say Lawrence White, good to say his name one more time. His second stint at home begins for Tampa Bay tonight here in LA.
Yeah, he dipped his toe in the MLS 2 seasons ago. Now he's back with the Tampa Bay Rowdies in a very comfortable environment for him. And talking about environments, he was one of the players that was talking at the top of his voice about coming back to our land after that long road trip. He talked about wanting to connect with the fans so this team could gel and get back to what they used to be.
Our keys to the match brought to you by Fair and Fair, Tampa's personal injury lawyers, online at fairandfair.com. Ryan, what you got for us?
Well, the Rowdies are back home. They have to show some aggression. And with this lineup, we're going to have 2 forwards playing up top, Arteaga and Pacias. That is aggressive sort of formation going forward. And if you're Loudoun United, they do such a good job attacking out wide. Abukura, of course, on the left-hand side, will be the guy they'll be trying to funnel their counter-attacks through on that left.
Brandon Stavis is our head referee tonight. So this Loudoun team comes in, just 1 loss on the docket. That happened to Lou City, but they have won convincingly in their last 2. Victory over Rhode Island and followed up, taking down Hartford. Athletic. Here's why. Attacking once more. Nice looking ball this time. Just gets past Velo, who was streaking.
You know, we talk about his goals, Abukura, but that's what he can give you. He has that quality to come inside and become the creator. He has that deft touch on the ball.
A look at Nicholas Campisi here for the home crowd. The Argentinian still really trying to settle in as the keeper for this Rowdies group.
Tell you what, Drew, he had 2 howlers to begin the season, to begin his Rowdies campaign. And he's trying to find his footing. No place like home to find your footing, though.
So the Rowdies trying to build from the back. Aaron Guillen making way for his teammate there. Ali Abassa, midfielder, straight from the Canadian Premier League. Far side now.
Poor touch by Lawrence White. That's the sort of, with the Rowdies playing in a diamond formation, the wing backs are going to have to provide the width.
Now attacking. Rowdies trying to find an opening. See Rubens Pacias. Couple goals on the year thus far. Loudoun wanted a handball. Officials let him play on. And a little bit of a late whistle. That time it'll go the other way.
That was Ali Bassett with the handball. Understand, he's on the left side of that diamond. He comes all the way across. He's a pit bull, Drew, in the middle of the park. He wants to get on the ball. Velo.
Boy, they get up the pitch quickly, don't they? So corner kick for Loudoun United here for the first time tonight.
Well, this is exactly what we talked about in the keys to the game. They want to soak up some pressure and go out wide to Velo and Abukura and counter on the wings. Of course, Velo has the ability to roam to both sides.
This corner kick and all corner kicks tonight brought to you by Colony Grill. Had some of that delicious pizza in the pregame.
Nothing like it.
Pedro Santos here to dial this one up. Oof. Once again, dangerous for Tampa Bay. Campisi watched it whiz by, and now the Rowdies try and flip it around and attack.
Not sure if it was on purpose, but Zach Ryan did a great job just flicking that ball at the near post, and it went right across Campisi's kitchen.
Nice movement here from the visiting side. Aaron Guillen, he's cut off.
Wow.
See the speed right now that Loudoun is bringing to the pitch. Guillen alongside that end line. Bassett trying to clear, unsuccessful.
Both teams in the opening 5 minutes having a hard time getting some rhythm.
McPherson across the field. Castellanos, great to see him wearing Rowdies green and gold once again here in 2025. As Lasso sends it up, and the Rowdies now with Bassett. 7th minute. Loudoun has applied some early pressure here on the home side. Tampa Bay into the attack really for the first time. Nyongabiri has it deflected out, and it will belong to Tampa Bay.
Well, we talked about the diamond formation. That means Lawrence Wyke is going to have the responsibility to maraud up and down that right-hand side. He's almost going to turn into a right midfielder, right winger. Nyongabiri, who's tucked inside on the right, is going to be his partner in crime.
Backed into the corner now, trying to get a cross in. Will belong to Loudoun. Be a goal kick here.
And that's one of the great things about Lawrence Wyke. He's a bit of a Swiss Army knife, right? He can play centre back, he can play centre midfield, right back, right midfield. So when he has the ball at his feet and the game is in front of him, because he's playing right back now, he's an excellent passer, he has great vision, and that helps the Rowdies get the ball out of the back.
Center circle, major contact there. Rowdies possession. Brandon Stevens usually taking control early in matches. Expect the same here tonight. How about the weather? 68 degrees, not much of a breeze. Could you ask for a better night here in Tampa Bay?
You cannot. This is spring in the Tampa Bay area. Eat your heart out if you don't live here.
Who says there's no seasons changing? I can feel it right now. Castellanos racing. Sending it to the keeper, Campisi. That is not the clearance the Rowdies were looking for.
Yeah, they wanted something more up to the half line. Campisi, again, just trying to find his confidence in the goal. And goalkeeping is all about confidence.
So 9th minute here, Loudoun. Good start for the visiting side, building from the back. Erlinson with the touch. Tampa Bay slowly bringing up that press.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Drew. This is the first time that Loudoun has had the ball in their own defensive third, and we're seeing that Rowdies press right now. What a great job. Fantastic.
That is how you get out of a press. Side to side. Eventually, contact there. Lawrence Wyke got to be careful as well, because Brandon Stevens is not going to put up with it early.
Well, he's a fiery character, Lawrence Wyke. Anytime the ball is within his 10-yard radius, he's going to engage, and he's going to put everything behind it. Yeah, he definitely came in late, studs up. Good call from the referee.
Kudo will be on top of it here. Just underway. The Rowdies look like a team that is still trying to gel here. The 5th contest, but the home opener in this 2025 season.
It's Pedro Santos.
Ball driven, and again, dangerous touch that time. Could have easily slid in to the Rowdies' net.
Well, the 36-year-old Portuguese left back, 8 seasons in MLS, just put this ball right in the corridor of uncertainty. Aaron Guillen is now facing his own goal. Castellanos is facing his own goal. And in the end, that's actually a very good defensive touch. Loudoun right now just pinning Tampa in their own defensive third. Here comes that counter-attack.
So 12th minute here. Tommy McCabe, he was outstanding here last season as Loudoun came in to Loudoun Stadium and stole a victory. It was one of the most important victories of Steve Coleman's coaching career. Tonight, he is the Rowdies' head man.
Well, I tell you what, Tommy McCabe is an absolute general. He leads this team in chances created. He's completed the most passes in the last match at a clip of 96%. Talk about controlling the game in the middle of the park. Tommy McCabe.
Well, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of USL Championship. From the Academy to the big leagues, they're every step of the way. For the latest Select products and more, Select is the player's choice.
Well, you want characteristics from a player. Forrest Lasso is aerial dominant. Anytime that ball goes into the air, Forrest Lasso, you can bet your last dollar, Drew, and I've seen you bet your last dollar before.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to get to it.
All will belong to the Rowdies here. Nicholas Campisi will place it down. The Argentinian, 28 years old. Tremendous opportunity to get a chance to be in net here for the Rowdies. Lasso right to him. And
PC make the pass.
now the oldest player on the field, Pedro Santos, will take it from the corner. 37 years old. This ball to the far post, headed up. Oh, what a save. And maybe that will get Nicholas Campisi going.
Right in front of the supporters section. A fantastic save by Campisi. It was looping over him, Drew. At the last post, excellent header. Look at it loop. Just gets his fingertips. Fantastic stuff from the Argentine.
Replays brought to you by Orlando Health Bayfront Hospital. This one on a rope. Rowdies again. Able to keep it out of the net. As that one sails into the stands, it's quickly thrown back. This Rowdies crowd, such an intelligent soccer crowd here.
Well, the man in all the action right now is number 5, Yanis Lerman, the former UCF center-back. He is lively.
Another Colony Grill corner kick. Headed up once more, no damage done. Always takes a little bit of a while, Ryan, for a back line and a goalkeeper to get on the same page. You kind of see that happening right now with Forrest Lasso and Nicholas Campisi. And Lasso was a player, I know some of the hot topics over the past few weeks was, was he healthy? Should he have been on the field? Well, he certainly is tonight, and you can bet he's ready to go as Lawrence Wyke and the Rowdies attacking. Foot on the gas pedal here, looking for that final third. And not going to happen on this try.
Again, we get a little glimpse of Nyanga there. May not be the perfect example, but that final pass in the last third to pick someone out or to create space for someone else just seems to abandon him.
Battle on the midfield now as the Rowdies retreat, and once again we'll try and build from the back. Grand Central Brewhouse, a family-friendly, pet-friendly, community-friendly, 2-story brewery tap room. The Beer Garden, located in the heart of the Grand Central District. Traditional lagers and ales are featured, brewed in-house and served directly from European serving tanks. That's the Grand Central Brewhouse.
Drew, I want you to take a look at the passing by Loudoun. Look at the movement. Everyone seems, the left hand knows what the right hand is doing. Everyone seems to be connected, and so they're moving the ball a lot quicker from the back into the midfield and then into the forward line. The Rowdies, they're looking down at the ball, hesitating just an extra half second. That's allowing other teams to get on top of them. They're just not gelled as yet. And compared to this Loudoun team that is completely moving as a unit.
So Loudoun early on dictating with their pace. Rowdies doing a lot of chasing here in the first 17 minutes.
Oh, what a touch.
This is why they are the top team right now in the East. 4 victories to their credit. 12 points early on in this USL Championship campaign. This is Tingy. Goal to his credit this year. Another nice touch. McCabe got it left. Another shot. Oh, just a tap in was needed. And Loudoun somehow could not make it happen.
Well, it's that man, Valo, again. He picks up his head and puts this ball on a platter. And Abukura, who has 5 goals under his belt, just couldn't steer it in.
So Rowdies fortunate here in the 18th minute, but how many times are they going to be able to dodge opportunities like that? That's at least the second chance that easily could have been a goal.
Yeah, and the fact is that Valo got behind the back line way too easy, Drew.
So now it's Bassett. Bassett trying to make something happen after the slow start here. Bassett comes up swinging. Deflected. Rowdies will have it out far left. Guillen tries to give it across. Good work here by Tampa Bay, trying for that finishing touch on the header. Out to Guillen once more. Aaron floats one into the box. And that's the best possession thus far by the Rowdies. We'll certainly take it.
Yeah, it started with Bassett in the middle of the park. He's such a confident player. Gets the ball into Pacias. Pacias right back into his path. Has the shot. And of course, Aaron Guillen with a couple of crosses. Here he is again.
Bassett threading the needle. Good job defensively by Loudoun, and it's Guillen.
That was a fantastic sliding tackle by Yanis Lehrman.
Boy, it has been a rapid ascension for this Loudoun United franchise. Remember, just a few years back, they were a team that seemed like they were down and out.
They were like a feeder team for DC United, and then 2023, ownership changed. Now they're their own club, and they're playing with a lot of pride, and certainly making some inroads in this USL Championship in the first quarter of the season.
So ball be thrown in now midfield. Just goes to prove to you once again, Rowdies, the best known brand in USL Championship soccer. But into this new era of promotion, Ryan, and relegation, you have to prove yourself every single night out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beautiful thing about that promotion and relegation, is that even though the game may be in the middle of the season, every game counts. You have to stay in a position where you're safe, and of course wanting to contend as well.
So Loudoun once again building from the back. eFootball is here. You can live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball's free to play. Download now.
Best gameplay, best graphics in soccer, easily.
Good connection of dots by Tampa Bay. Right side attacking, and Nyangaberi. Fancy footwork. Lots of room to operate. Float one, overcooked though. And over everybody, it'll be a goal kick.
Well, it's the beauty of the diamond. Bassett comes all the way across to the left to link up with McPherson. And that allows the midfielders to stay very, very compact and play off of each other.
Steve Coleman had a great discussion with him yesterday. Talked about how he is ready for this situation. He appreciates the tradition, the history, everything that comes with Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer. You can relive that history here at home matches inside the concourse. Fans as they enter this beautiful stadium. A real cool look at the history, Ryan, the 70s, the 80s, and then up to the modern era, all the great players that have gone through this franchise.
50 years and counting. Tampa Bay Rowdies, one of the pillars of soccer in this country.
A little bit of grabbing, a little tugging. Tampa Bay will get the benefit of the doubt this time. Manuel Arteaga, 18 goals last season. We're waiting for him to get on the score sheet here in 2025.
And not really his fault. When teams are not creating chances in front, it's usually a symptom of something happening further down the pitch. And clearly the Rowdies are having a hard time maneuvering the ball through midfield and getting the ball into dangerous positions for Arteaga to score. We talk about creating chances, creating big chances. And Arteaga has not seen many of those so far in the opening 4 matches.
Now it's Lasso. We'll track it down. Loudoun will do just that. Ball airmailed now. The zip code of Lasso. Get a knee on it. And it'll go to the team in red. We always like to talk about new teams, Ryan, and what we have heading into the year. But we should also mention what the Rowdies don't have. And I'm talking about Kyle Jennings. They lose a lot of goals to Charleston here this season.
Yeah, because in the attacking third, he brings that extra oomph. True. He offsets defenses. He round foots defenders. And it allows the rest of the players to blossom in the attacking field.
Pedro Santos, a hard cross. So once again, Loudoun knocking on the door, but an opportunity gets away.
I tell you what, the Rowdies can thank their lucky stars. Castellanos completely missed that header. And luckily for him, no Loudoun player was following up to head it in.
We've talked about Steve Coleman, the Rowdies interim head coach, and that guy Ryan Martin, and how he's got this team from Loudoun clicking on all cylinders.
Has the midfield humming.
But it's a difficult situation for Coleman tonight. That first rodeo, trying to get everybody believing and on the same page. Bassett trying to get to it. Nearly did. Was beaten to the ball, though, by Faro.
Well, that took some brave goalkeeping. Faro, for a second, I thought he was going to lose the race. And if he did, that would have been a certain goal. But he found that extra step. And credit to him, because they're playing such a high line, Loudoun United, he has to play like a sweeper keeper.
Oh, more tugging right there at the midfield line. Brandon Stevis all over at that time. See the guilty party, Tommy McCabe. Forrest Lasso 3 times the USL Defensive Player of the Year. Missed most of last season. Remember, he had that torn ACL. We thought he could be done, but decides to come back, continue to play on, and he's a Rowdy once again.
True. He scored 2 goals right here in our land on May 18th, the night he tore his ACL. And this is his first game since then. This is April. That's 11 months.
Here he is with it, sends it right. Rowdy's continuing that build. Cammy McPherson, big part of that. Straight out of Scotland and St. Johnstone. One of Robbie Nielsen's choices here to help this club. What must he be thinking tonight? You have to wonder as he plays on with Coleman now at the controls.
You know, as a professional, he literally has to put the blinders on like a horse and just focus on the next play, literally. If he allows his mind to wonder about his ex-coach and what he's doing over here in Florida, as his coach brought him over from Scotland, then he's going to get himself in some trouble.
This is McPherson. Lasso will control with some space to work with. Again.
Even though this is meaningless possession for the Rowdies, it is possession nonetheless. It gives them a chance to get their foot on the ball, find some rhythm as a team going forward.
Racing towards it. Youngberry. Ball be sent out. Rowdies will quickly throw it in. Pick up the pace here. Bassett, he's been active early.
Former Canadian Player of the Year in 2023. Wants to get on the board, wants to make things happen. I mean, the Rowdies really believe that was their big signing in the offseason.
Castellanos, nicely done. Lasso now puts it up in the air. Free flowing so far. Not a lot of stoppages. Clean football coming your way. Here at Al Lang. Rowdies now with the turn. Loudoun backpedaling. Thought one from distance would be coming. Instead, they send it right. It's Wyke. Wyke with the high cross. And that one's going to hit the post.
Well, Vinca Ezil thought about giving it to Lawrence Wyke, go back out wide rather than having a shot. I don't think he had much daylight to have a shot. And Lawrence Wyke's first touch let him down. And that meant the cross was of poor quality.
So the one thing you definitely notice when you watch Tampa Bay on the attack, Ryan, is no Lewis Hilton tonight. Usually the free flowing, the passing, knowing exactly where it's coming from, where it's going.
Well said. He's the orchestrator for this team. He goes from left to right. He creates tempo or he slows things down. Castellanos beaten again.
Over the top, Castellanos out of position a bit early. Good recovery. And now Loudoun trying to reset. Attack Ryan. Former Stanford Cardinal. Now it's McCabe. Deflected once more. Pasillas. Rowdy fans really want to see what 28 is made of. Takes on two. And still has it.
That's fantastic. Created room for everyone else. Now look at the Rowdies. They're in the attacking half because of Pasillas. He gave them that space. But give Loudoun credit. They've kept everything in front of them. Rowdies have never really gotten behind their defense in this first half. And as a result of that, the Rowdies have to go out wide and cross balls into the box. Nothing through the middle. Arteaga tried to flick one on to Pasillas. He had his best attacking night as a player for the Rowdies. 2 goals on May 18th. ACL, down for 11 months. Now he's in the box for the first time since that injury. Can McPherson find the big man at the back?
Lasso slowly creeps up. And right now standing right on top of the box. Cammy McPherson. And another Colony Grill corner kick.
Outswinger. This should land just between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box.
Curling back, tapped once, and once more. Saw Arteaga trying to get in position. He thought he was fouled inside that 6-yard box.
Yeah, once the ball is in the air like that, it's everybody's ball. So the defender did well, recovered. He headed the ball out, and even though there was some damage done, no penalty.
Guillen now to throw it in. Rowdy's trying to post up. Guillen to Bassett. Brand new Rowdy, his Al Lang Stadium debut here tonight.
Well, he loses that argument, but if you look at his body language, it's exactly what Coach Coleman and the Rowdies need at this point. Going forward, being positive, trying to maneuver the ball through the midfield, trying to accelerate. That's what Bassett brings.
Well, the USL kicks off Sunday on the CBS Sports Network. The Birmingham Legion try to take down the fast-starting El Paso Locomotive. April 13th at 5 Eastern Time on CBS Sports Network. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis with you tonight. Great to have you with us on Tampa Bay's 44 and on ESPN Plus. Rowdies into the attack. Scoreless here in the 33rd minute. White deals it right. Shot taken. Rebound comes out. White will track it down. McPherson. Now it's Bassett.
If you notice, Aaron Guillen is on the inside and not out on the left.
Bassett, the midfielder, one more time. 1v1. Guillen. Guillen now on the fly to the end line. Youngberry in the vicinity. Pacific wins it. Well done. Now tries to get inside the box. Ball gets away, but you got to love the effort that time.
He has one of those downhill sort of runner, Youngberry. And when he comes, he uses his body so well to knock players off balance and retrieve the ball.
Hugo Fadou, the Frenchman, now possessing here for Loudoun. So you got Fadou and you've got Valo. Two Frenchmen really starring for Loudoun United. Key roles for both. Offside call here for the first time.
It was offside, but that was an impressive bit of distribution by Furrow. Rowdies playing a high line there, and Zach Ryan, who has 3 goals under his belt this season, making that diagonal run.
Still have a lot of soccer to be played, but Ryan, I have to ask you, 3 goals for the Rowdies in 4 games. Certainly has been well under the usual production we're used to seeing. What does Tampa Bay have to do tonight to ignite that offense?
I don't want to. We'll talk after this play.
Yep.
Oh, what a pass.
Nifty. And the shot taken. Campisi does it again. Tell you what, Nicholas Campisi, some shaky early moments, but he's answered here over the last 2 attempts.
That was a great save, but Loudoun's build-up drew. You want to talk about creating chances, the crispy passing to get to the front, a flick, and a guy has some daylight to shoot. That's the difference between the two sides. Rowdies are taking an extra step. And look at this save here. But look at the flick. I mean, that is just fantastic stuff. Great shot, great save, great soccer.
Corner kick on the way here. Another line drive taken. Sets up though. An angle from distance, another little flick. And once again, right in front of Ralph's mob. Rowdies will handle it once again.
So you ask the question, what do the Rowdies have to do? I think at this point, Drew, they have to find their starting 11 and start to gel. Because right now, the 11 players on the pitch, including the goalkeeper, is having a hard time finding the ball under their feet. They're taking an extra second on the ball. This is allowing Loudoun to get on top of them, disrupt things, while Loudoun being more deliberate with their passing. They know exactly where the outlet is before the ball gets there, and they're just maneuvering the ball through the midfield and allowing their attacking players time on the ball and a chance to create. While the Rowdies, they're taking so long, they have to go out wide and cross the ball in, which the centre-backs and the defenders are just waiting for it. They need something quicker through the middle between Arteaga and Pacias. Again, Guillen having a hard time finding the ball, and now the Rowdies are closed down.
So now, Forrest Lasso crosses over. Castellanos delivers here. Arteaga, a lot on his plate here tonight. Rowdy Soccer brought to you by Farah & Farah, Tampa's personal injury lawyers, online at farahandfarah.com. This is Guillen, just in front of the touchline. A little physical that time, but official not having it.
Love Aaron Guillen's spirits, and he has the green light. Again, because of this formation, the 2 outside backs to take on their player. Drew, I'm going to I'm going to draw upon some football history here. Aaron Guillen is 27 years old at this point, but he's played a lot of soccer at left back. He's been fantastic in the USL. Actually, he was one of the top 3 defensive players maybe in the last 5 years in the USL. I think it's time as a left back for him to come inside and play left centre back. What he knows, his soccer knowledge, his body, his positioning, I think is more suited at this point of his career for him to come in the middle as a left centre back than being a left back. And that would mean Forrest Lasso coming across to play right centre back with him as those two pair up in the middle. But I think it's time for Aaron Guillen to start having that conversation to come on the inside and the Rowdies seek a new left back.
So Loudoun player goes down there. It's Erlinson, the defender. Talked about the coaching staff for the Rowdies. Steve Coleman, the interim head coach. Jan Ekra also now part of this Rowdies staff, fresh off the field. I mean, this guy could...
The general.
You know he could still play. Just such a great part of our organization, Ryan, 2019 to 2023. As Campisi tested once more, he has been on point.
And as classy as you can get, Jan Ekra. Just on the field, off the field. What an addition to the Rowdies coaching staff.
Meanwhile, the missiles continue to come from the visiting side. Jan Ekra looking on. And the Rowdies lucky to have his mind and his wits with the staff here this season. Also, Stuart Dobson, goalkeeping coach. Long-standing goalkeeping coach for the Rowdies, does such a phenomenal job. 40th minute. There's Stewart. See Coleman, though. This will be a huge victory for the Rowdies, for the morale, and for the new coach at the helm. Lasso now to Castellanos. Home crowd has been great since the start. Just waiting for something to really cheer for. Crowd not going to like it. And I believe White here is going to be the recipient.
Well, that was the matchup that was always going to happen tonight, and Lawrence White was just undressed by Abakura. It was always going to be tough for Lawrence White to go up against this young man, 20 years old from Egypt. And he's now taking his game to a different level in 2025.
So White gets into position here. Loudoun, at least 5 times the amount of chances that Tampa Bay has had thus far in this game. Here it comes. No problem for Campisi.
Yeah, too much height. The ball was floated in rather than driven in to the last post. Easy pickings for Campisi.
Oh, how good is it to be back here at home. Pasillas now turning for Tampa Bay. Now he's running here.
Again, Drew, they are corralled out to the sides, the Rowdies, and the ball comes back in, and the centre backs are waiting for it to come in.
Bencasio, head on it here. Saw Tiago, the target man, the Venezuelan. 18 goals a year ago, still looking for #1 in 2025.
What we've seen to have worked with the Rowdies, if they go direct to Pasillas, and then he lays it off to another player coming in.
Not going to get by Lasso this time.
Especially McPherson, who's playing attacking midfield, is playing right behind Pasillas and Arteaga.
Oh, nicely done. Lots of field to work with. Here come the Rowdies. Nyongaberi on his horse. Nyongaberi switches back. Nyongaberi gets the shot off. Farouk was able to deflect. The Rowdies nearly break the ice.
Well, this time, the righty, Nyangaberi, comes to the left-hand side, which allows him to cut inside, so defenders will give him the line, and they did that. Excellent drive with his left foot. So the defenders don't want him to cut inside on that right. Goes back to his left, narrow angle, and the keeper had it covered.
So McPherson goes high with it, far post. Rowdies with Lasso. Really had an opportunity. Still alive. Ball was played, looked like it was going to go beyond the crossbar, but it came down, and Tampa Bay has a point this time. Brandon Stevens will blow it dead. Pasillas thought, wait a minute.
That was a very, very friendly call for Loudoun. The awkward ball for Farouk to deal with to begin with. Here comes Valo, taking his time, and Pasillas just absolutely pickpockets him with a fantastic sliding tackle. Hooks it, clean as you like. And looks like Loudoun got away with one. Christmas cards will be sent.
So now it's Farouk. Going to have very little stoppage time here at the end of this half. This match thus far has been very free-flowing. Tampa Bay, though, getting better slowly. You can sense the cohesion is building. Van Casil, and now White. Potentially, I know it's talk for the second half here. Is Loudoun going to get the benefit of the doubt one more time?
Crowd getting a little restless here. Look like McPherson got a lot of ball.
This could be a match where we see the great Leo Fernandez. Nate Worth also available. Andrew Bustali, the big forward, also the big Italian, potentially later on.
Because the Rowdies have come back home to Al Lang Stadium, have a funny feeling we're going to see a lot of Nate Worth in the second half.
Good old Nate.
The 18-year-old.
Had that big goal last season, one we're still talking about.
Yep.
Just a minute of stoppage time, just 1 minute. So another Colony Grove corner kick coming your way.
Well, Abukura has just had two disappointing crosses from dead balls in the last 5 minutes from that left-hand side.
Tampa Bay will have possession here. They'll quickly throw it in. Pasillas overshoots Arteaga that time. And that should take us to the end of the first half. So Loudoun controlling the tempo early. Tampa Bay took them a while to catch up and find a similar pace. But I do believe good things happening for the home side.
Yeah, Rowdies take a long time to find their rhythm, and we expected that. This team needs to gel. Loudoun United clicking on all cylinders. And I tell you what, they've had the better chances, and they've played as though they deserve the better chances, Loudoun United.
Robert Castellanos, Cian Campisi communicating that cohesion building in the back for Tampa Bay. So scoreless, no goals thus far. That certainly will change. Tampa Bay and Loudoun United. We've come to halftime. We'll have your halftime show coming up. Much more from Al Lang Stadium.
Tampa, St. Pete, the Rays, the Rowdies, the golf courses, the beaches. The Tampa Bay area is filled with great choices. That's why you choose to call it home. At Orlando Health, we're here to make your healthcare choices even better with our investments in St. Pete's Bayfront Hospital and Tampa Bay's respected Florida Medical Clinic, plus new ER locations and even healthier choices to come. Orlando Health. Choose well.
Get ready, get set, get check. It's just that easy to sell your car with MorganBuysCars.com. First, visit MorganBuysCars.com and tell us a bit about your car. Next, receive an express cash offer online. Then, schedule an appointment at one of our 14 convenient locations to pick up your check. Plus, we'll beat anyone's offer on your vehicle or we'll give you $500. So, get ready, get set, and get checked. Online at MorganBuysCars.com.
Tampa, St. Pete, the Rays, the Rowdies, the golf courses, the beaches. The Tampa Bay area is filled with great choices. That's why you choose to call it home. At Orlando Health, we're here to make your healthcare choices even better with our investments in St. Pete's Bayfront Hospital and Tampa Bay's respected Florida Medical Clinic, plus new ER locations and even healthier choices to come. Orlando Health, choose well.
Just an absolutely beautiful night here in downtown St. Pete as the Tampa Bay Rowdies host Loudoun United in the home opener for 2025. No goals thus far for the Rowdies and Loudoun. So come on inside the booth. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis as the Rowdies start a little bit slow but pick up the pace just a bit to end the half. How'd you feel about the way the Rowdies finished it?
I think the Rowdies did a great job in the last 10 minutes to start finding their footing, as we should say, and move the ball a little bit quicker. I think at the beginning, they were literally looking for the ball under their feet, and that allowed Loudoun to come all over them and press and create chances.
First home match for the Rowdies since September 14th, 2024. Two hurricanes, Milton and Helene, absolutely ravaged this stadium. We didn't know if we would ever play here again. It was a long road to get back to tonight.
The Tampa Bay Rowdies are now feeling the impacts of Hurricane Helene and Milton.
And at this point, we don't know when the Rowdies will be able to return home.
The Rowdies may have to finish the rest of the season away from home.
Yeah, we can't wait to get back to our land. It's such a special stadium.
Having the fans in the stands gives us that 12th man, that extra energy. Knowing that when we come back home and we have that extra support, it's going to be magnificent.
Hopefully.
You know, it was such a bittersweet 2024. We ended the season playing at IMG. That's a marvelous facility, but certainly not the Rowdies' true home. It just feels great to be back seeing all the green and gold here tonight.
It is, and the crowd has shown up. Our Lang is rowdy, as they would say. And the people are filing in. Forrest Lasso is back on the pitch. So there's a lot of things coming back into St. Petersburg, and it feels like home. And the Rowdies are slowly starting to feel like they're home.
You can see the Rowdies, too, getting reaccustomed to their surroundings, playing much better just before the end of the first half. Much more to come. We'll get back to business when we come back. USL Championship news and notes, standings, and so much more. Rowdy Soccer continues after this.
I'll show you something so good that you ain't never seen before.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. 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 What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
Success doesn't come easy. It takes grit, hustle, and relentless effort. Every step forward brings you closer to greatness. This is your moment. Elevate your game. El Jimador, spiked bebidas.
Oh, he finds the back of the net. Birmingham's on the board.
Overhead kick and it's in! 4-1 Locomotive.
Tampa, St. Pete, the Rays, the Rowdies, the golf courses, the beaches. The Tampa Bay area is filled with great choices. That's why you choose to call it home. At Orlando Health, we're here to make your healthcare choices even better with our investments in St. Pete's Bayfront Hospital and Tampa Bay's respected Florida Medical Clinic, plus new ER locations and even healthier choices to come. Orlando Health. Choose well.
This week on USL All Access, Ryan Helfrich, president of the Tampa Bay Rowdies, joins us to talk their first game in 9 months at the stadium. In Division I and promotion and relegation for the Rowdies, Phoenix Rising knocking off the only perfect team remaining, and 5 teams waited until the 75th minute to salvage at least a point or better. Championship play is fast and furious. Things are starting to be wide open. Join us.
All right, great stuff, Devin. USL Team of the Week looks like this. The best in the league. Freddie Kleeman, you notice the former Rowdy is on that list. He is now in Sacramento playing for Neil Collins. King and Tingy also part of that back line. He is on the field tonight here at Al Lang for Loudoun. Carlos Herrera, congratulations as well. Look at the coach of the week and the bench. Great job for everybody associated, the USL Team of the Week for week number 5. News and notes. San Antonio's Carlos Lamoso and Loudoun's, I believe, Abu Kura, the coach and player of the month. How about well over 400,000 viewers watching USL on CBS match between San Antonio and Phoenix Rising? That's the most watched match in the history of the league. Congratulations to those two franchises and the stadium naming rights. Rhode Island FC announcing the naming rights, partnering with Centerville Bank for the club's new venue. Take a look at the standings. And what a shock it has been. Loudoun United taking the initiative here early on in the season. They're atop the table. They did fall to Louisville a couple weeks back. Lou City right now sitting in second place. North Carolina and Detroit 3 and 4. Pittsburgh and Charleston sitting pretty in that 6th slot. Indy 11 and Rhode Island would be in the postseason if the season were to end today, but the season is just starting. Tampa Bay Rowdies hope that they are much better than 9th at the end of all of it. So our halftime show continues. We've got much more coming up. We will talk to the Rowdies' new interim head coach, and what a night it is weather-wise here around Tampa Bay. We'll be back.
Pick 2.
Pick 3.
Pick 4.
Pick 5.
This happen a lot?
Only during Pick Games drawings. So, twice a day, every day.
And every game gives back to education.
Okay.
The Florida Lottery. It's good fun.
You want to do it with me?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'll marry you.
Ross and Rachel, this is war.
Can we just close the door?
They're ready for a fling.
Hands off me.
It's a big surprise. Frisky friends that like to share.
How you doing?
Let me show you my underwear.
Hook up with Friends 5 nights a week. Catch a full hour of Friends weeknights at 7 on Tampa Bay 44.
Get ready, get set, get check. It's just that easy to sell your car with MorganBuysCars.com. First, visit MorganBuysCars.com and tell us a bit about your car. Next, receive an express cash offer online. Then, schedule an appointment at one of our 14 convenient locations to pick up your check. Plus, we'll beat anyone's offer on your vehicle or we'll give you $500. So get ready, get set, and get checked. Online at morganbuyscars.com.
Alling Stadium rocking once again, and we're doing so up in the press box here. Tampa Bay and Loudoun United both looking for their first goals as we welcome you back here to Tampa Bay Rowdies Soccer. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis. So much better performance for the Rowdies to end that first half, but still they were under fire as the visitors were really bringing the heat.
Yeah, Loudoun United are playing as like such a unit right now. They're moving the ball so quickly, and when they press and they're deliberate. They force the Rowdies out to the side, corral them, and then the Rowdies have to go all the way back to Campisi.
Tampa Bay was on their heels, especially early on. Rowdies fans will immediately know who I am talking about. Matthew Cox, what he means to this organization in the past, the present, and in the future. One of the original unused substitutes, guy who helped create that term, putting together the podcast, and every time there was greatness amongst the fans for Ralph's Mob and Skyway Casuals, Matthew Cox was right in the middle of it. He passed away, unfortunately, in the offseason. And Matthew Cox, we will never forget you, your contributions to the Rowdies, and everything you meant to the club here moving forward.
True, we lost a good one. We lost a good one, Matthew Cox. He was so involved in the community with the Rowdies. He'd have loved to have been here tonight on the 50th anniversary, 14th in our land. Matthew Cox, a legend in the circles of the Rowdies.
Rowdies enter it on the corner kick. Loudoun sending it back. Aaron Guillen with the left foot. Tampa Bay trying to pick up the pace here. McPherson taps it to Bassett. Bassett's line drive. Again, trying to get it to Arteaga. Lasso now. McPherson. Bassett once more. Got a little curl on it. Arteaga with the head. Just left it a little bit left of the post.
Well, Loudoun has been doing a good job keeping the Rowdies in front of them. But this cross was an absolute peach. Right into the 6-yard box. Arteaga in between two defenders. He did the best he can do, but the ball was just incredible by Bassett. And yes, he has that quality.
Abukura. But a little quiet for Loudoun United since missing that opportunity. He was on the doorstep. He's going to definitely be thinking about that one when this one is through. See if the Rowdies can really make them pay. You miss an opportunity like that on the road, so many times it comes back to bite you.
Yeah, that was what they call a big chance. And strangely enough, Abukura didn't convert it.
Here's Valo now. Aaron Guillen there to get a heel on it. Berry. Now it's McKay. Giannis Learman, number 5, in the back for Loudoun.
Now Rowdies themselves doing a good job keeping Loudoun in front of them. Now they have to retreat with this diamond formation, 4-4-2. The Rowdies are so compact in the middle. And all these spaces out on the sides, and you don't mind that if you're a Rowdy player. But they do have the ability, this Loudoun team, with Tommy McCabe and Valo in midfield, to find those little crevices in between the defensive midfielder and the forwards. Arua.
Here comes Loudoun now, quick feet. Finding feet as Tampa Bay retreats. Guillen, once again, drifting back. Interesting point you made, Ryan, about potentially Aaron Guillen maybe in the future would be a good idea to reconsider where he is slotted on the field. Just saw the clear hold there. The Rowdies will get this call, and well done by Bassett. That'll be a card as well.
Well, he's slippery when wet, Bassett. And he just wiggled away. The Englishman gets past 2, and look
Oh,
That's
for dear life.
I think that's what you see in the Super 7 Rugby League. That's like a 10 out of 10 tackle. And that was none other than the number 11.
That's like me holding you down when the pizza arrives here pregame.
Yeah.
And that Colony Grill pizza, we've been enjoying that for the last 5 years.
Yeah, it's amazing. Low calorie too.
Thin crust.
Yep.
Tastes great. Like now the quick throw-in. So here's Lasso. Notice the pitch tonight, how beautiful it is.
Immaculate.
I was a little worried. Saw some of the early exchanges, Ryan, especially around the Rowdies goal. Some of the grass coming up just a little bit because it has not been played on at least this rigorously in about 8 months.
Yeah. And you have to give the Rowdies organization all the credit in the world, not only to get our land back to where it was, but this immaculate pitch, international standard pitch, to be back where it was as well.
Now it's Falo attacking the ponytail. McCabe.
Just to give the viewers at home an idea, now that you've seen the pitch from this angle, the pitch was under 3 feet of water, and in the dressing rooms, it was 8 feet. That's all the math I have for today.
Trying to squeeze one through. You know, you've got to hear it from the words of Ryan Helfrich, the Rowdies general manager, the night that the storms happened and he came in to assess the damage and the state, the condition that this facility was in. I think a lot of folks don't realize the St. Pete Times, Tampa Bay Times did a tremendous job with the photographs and the story detailing. Mark Topkin talking about exactly what this franchise has been through, just getting this facility up to speed once again. And as far as Tropicana Field, we hope it gets there also too one day. It's another shot goes wide for Loudoun as they continue their attack. Right now, that facility, of course, ran without a roof.
Yeah, they're struggling to get back to where they were. And could you imagine the horror walking in here, dripping wet after the storm and seeing the field under 3 feet of water, and then you go down to the dressing rooms and you can't even go in. You will drown, literally. At least I will drown. I'm 5 feet. Drew, you'll be fine.
I can swim. At least I think I can. We'll see us. Matches and expert analysis every day on the Golazo Network and on ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Tammy McPherson.
Now Forrest Lasso needs some time to get up here. It's a chance for McPherson to float one towards the edge of the box. The edge meaning the left edge of the box where Arteaga is, and have Forrest Lasso head one back across.
Does get a piece of it that time, does Forrest. See the speed, though, of this Loudoun side. Really fun to watch. Now it's Tommy McCabe. You notice also, Ryan, nobody keeps the ball for more than 2 or 3 seconds.
They just keep it ticking.
It is constantly clicking.
It is, yeah. They just keep it tick, 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 tick.
It's truly a hot potato out there. How about this pass? Getting behind White. White able to recapture it. He's lucky to do so.
I tell you what, they get behind the Rowdies defense so quickly. You run by Awuah, the delicate pass through. I mean, there's so much motion right now for Loudoun United, and this man below just pulling the strings.
So Biangabiri back to McPherson. Tampa Bay trying to find some magic.
Tell you what, possession in this second half. Loudoun United 64%. Really starting to get on top of the Rowdies with the ball. Rowdies got back into the possession column at the end of the first half. Tell you what, the beginning of the second is all red.
Here's Awoa. Erlinson. Erlinson setting it up, no options other than this one. Out and able to make something of it, though. This is where they're dangerous.
Excellent tackle from Nyangaberry, coming all the way back to disrupt Tommy McCabe.
Long possession here for Loudoun United. They've had it for an eternity.
And what happens, you have to keep concentration as a player for such a long period of time.
Oh, great cutoff. Making a big play. Nyangaberry racing, got some opportunities. Arteaga. Finally a clearance.
We talk about the hesitation. We talk about trying to find the ball under your foot. Nyangaberry did everything right. And Arteaga's first touch, Drew, completely let the defense off the hook. Rowdies at this point just moving at a half step slower. Look at this first touch by Arteaga. It allows the center back to get right back into play, right here. He pushes it right back into the path of the center back, and now there's nowhere to go.
Had a few options.
It's a game of inches, my friend.
It certainly is. Split second is an eternity. Look at Riley Bidwa entering the game. So this young man, number 15, he is explosive. 2 goals on the year, the New Zealander. In that forward slot.
Yeah, he's come off the bench every single match so far this season, including the US Open Cup. Remember, Lawrence White was given a yellow card for the tackle on Abukura in the first half. Abukura at him again, and Lawrence White is walking a tightrope. Because that is when you pull a shirt in soccer, that's an immediate yellow card. Lawrence White would have no complaints if he was sent to the showers. Touch.
Top of the box, trying to lay into one, nearly. Found a spot on that right side. You saw Campisi flying over there. Rowdies again dodge a bullet. Drew Skundrich taking a seat. Second-year man, though, for Loudoun. Nearly registered a goal.
Yeah, give credit to McPherson. Talk about...
So Drew Skundrich, the midfielder, attended to now by the staff of Loudoun United. The only positive thing to come out of this stoppage, it's the only real stoppage we've had all night long. It has been a really, really quick game on both sides.
But what a night, though. 65 degrees, springtime, Tampa Bay. Rowdies playing on a Saturday night.
And you know the great thing about it, we've got Tampa Bay Rowdies games coming up for you the rest of the month on Saturday night. This is going to be quite a stretch.
We are booked.
Take one more look at this.
This McPherson, excellent tackle again.
Oh, looks like a hamstring perhaps, or maybe just a cramp. So corner kick on the way from the visiting side. Skundrich, his night is done. And the new player is going to be Ben Mines, the midfielder, replacing him.
Excellent header by Thiago. He got all of that.
Talk about the Rowdies' road ahead. We've got a date with FC Naples this coming Wednesday. It's an Open Cup match, the Lamar Hutt US Open Cup. Continuing on, and then right back here next week. Blue City coming to town. And then Miami FC the week following that. So many games coming your way here on Tampa Bay 44.
It's literally 3 different rivals. Yes, Naples is not in the USL, but they are geographically a rival for the Rowdies. And then Louisville, of course, the longtime rivals of the Rowdies in USL Championship. And then Miami, geographically again. Should we call it rivalry week?
team scrambling here. Rowdies control it. 61st minute.
Excellent press.
This is Wyke. Wyke shuffles it right back. Another one of our proud sponsors, Hooters, the original wing joint.
You know, again, excellent cross by Bassett, but it's never going to trouble the centre-backs. It's never going to get behind them or disrupt them. You would like to see Bassett just have a little bit more patience there, get the ball back in the middle to see if they can find something on top of the box. And I love the fact that he has the ability to get the ball on his foot and swing it in, but it really isn't going to trouble the centre-backs once they're settled.
So many great sponsors on board here for 2025. Grand Central Brewhouse, Farrah & Farrah, Hooters, the original wing joint. Sponsors making these broadcasts possible here on Tampa Bay's 44. As Nyongaberi able to cause some issues that time for Loudoun as they were attempting to build as Wyke throws it in. Lasso switch the point of attack to Guillen. Aaron Guillen dancing along that touchline. Somehow sheds a defender and another late whistle. That has happened so many times tonight. Guillen is nearly fed up.
Well, he has a head of steam here in Guillen, but Ben Mines comes right between him and the ball. That's good 1v1 defending. And Aaron Guillen just dismissed him to the left. Again, we'd love to see Aaron Guillen at left centre back.
Loudoun has controlled it for most of the time here in half number 2. Tampa Bay gathering themselves here. Here comes Arteaga, last year's lead scorer. Lasso airborne.
Again, that's why you want Forrest Lasso back. He's going to win every one of those long balls and prevent the counter.
Pasillas, let it go. Not wasting any time. That's how you got to think. So 2 goals this year for the home side.
Yeah, in the last 2 matches. So he's full of confidence. Gets the ball back, just a little bit of daylight. And he spliced it like Drew's driving a golf course.
Well said.
It's Erlandson at left back now. He's another excellent passer out of the back for this Loudoun team. And that's why players like Valo, who's on the ball, is able to get the ball cleanly out of the back continuously. And it allows the midfield to then create for the players up top.
So now Erlandson handling it. Did not realize how good Valo was until we watched him play tonight. And he is just a talented performer. 2
years in Miami, he suffered a little bit down there. But when he came out and got his chance in Loudoun, he made the most of it.
Rowdies managed to take it away again, and now the home crowd will get behind their team. Here's Bassett. Ollie Bassett into the box. Bassett with the shot. It's up against that goal.
Well, the fans on the near side are still celebrating the goal. But it was hit the side netting. And Bassett, once the ball continues to roll away from you, Drew, you have to make a conscious effort to hook the ball just to get it on target. He doesn't make a conscious effort, and he splices it.
That was about 6 inches offline.
Yeah. But again, it shows Bassett's willingness to take responsibility.
Now it's Pasillas. One more chance for Tampa Bay. Lofted up! The finishing touch. Oh! Saw the keeper. Was he behind the line? Farouk. Would love to see that again.
Wow. Fantastic cross to begin with. And Nyongaberi doing a superb job putting that ball on target. And Farouk just left his right hand out there And that was enough for the save.
Now it's Lasso. Player goes down. Here's one more look.
Beautiful. Look at that delivery. And he just left the right hand out. Look at this. The delivery was right on point. Nyangaberry in stride. He hooks it back to the middle of the goal, and that's right. That's a fantastic save. Take a bow, Hugo Farrow.
Oh, so close.
10 saves coming into the match. No bigger than that one so far.
So take a deep breath. Furious action on both sides.
But you know what? That's the first time the Rowdies created what we call a big chance in a game. And that is something to hang your hat on for a team that's trying to find its footing.
Not sure how many of those they're going to get tonight. But good to see one. Now all that's left is a goal for both sides. We've seen good sequences here from both teams in this half. Which team is going to prevail? Ball dragged down in the box, and they're going to give the penalty to Lasso and the Rowdies. Loudoun United will have a penalty kick. One too many shirt tugs. This one is going to cost Tampa Bay.
Oh my God. Well. But that's all it took. And now Loudoun have their best opportunity from 12 yards out. And guess who's going for the ball? None other than Abukura. Full of confidence. The 20-year-old Egyptian. The toast of the town in USL. And Jan Ekra wants to lace up the boots and go out there.
Lots of chatter. Kempisi.
Well, I tell you what. The Argentine national goalkeeper created the chaos on the penalty spot before kickers take the penalty. And now the Argentine Kempisi is doing his best to try and throw off the 20-year-old.
So Abukura, 4 goals on the year. Regular with the Egyptian U20s. Penalty kick on the way against Kempisi. And he puts it away for Loudoun United on the board here on the road.
Well, Kempisi with one save under his belt from the penalty spot can't save this one. Abubakar, fantastic. Looking to his right and thumped it left. And Kempisi just went the wrong way. And give Loudoun credits. They made the most of their opportunity. And what could have been a 1-0 lead for the Rowdies through Nyangaberry on one end turns out to be 1-0 Loudoun on the other.
Tough luck for Kempisi. Bailing the Rowdies out time and again here tonight. Conceding for the first time though, and another look. It was Guillen in that exchange. Right there.
It seems soft. I'm sorry. Now the Rowdies, remember, it's all about confidence. Coming back home, trying to find their rhythm, which took them the better part of the first half. Now they have to get a little emotional in front of their home crowd, trying to use that energy.
Van Kazil, far post with it. Looking for Arteaga, can't get to it.
Now Van Kazil had the assist last week against in Charleston. The question is, when do you bring Nate Worth on? Nate Worth is one of those shifty, busy attacking midfielders that creates space for himself and other players. With 20 minutes to go, it's about that time to look to your bench. Don't forget we have Leo Fernandez, the former MVP of the USL Championship in 2022. He is a Rowdy legend, and he's going to be chomping at the bit to get on.
Tampa Bay chasing here. More contact. Officials let him play on. McPherson. And we'll get a card here.
Well, it was Santos who Irangian brought down in the box. Small consolation to the left back. Santos now gets booked.
Again, Santos, 37 years old, oldest player on the pitch, one of the oldest in all of USL Championship. And for the Rowdies, looks like Leo Fernandez is going to be the first substitute in the 72nd minute. Tammy McPherson will trot off, and here comes the Rowdies' all-time appearance leader and assist leader.
The Samba man is back. He's going to play behind Arteaga and Pasillas. Looks like Bassett is going to have to come a little closer into the middle.
So Fantasio, good player, subbed out.
Which means Bassett is going to play defensive midfield. Leo Fernandez is going to play to the left of the diamond.
Youngaberry. Fernandez goes right to work. Here's the shot. Far post with it. Oh, good reaction from Faro.
I love McPherson's willingness to shoot. Not much of an angle to work with. Leo Fernandez in tight spaces. He can walk on a tripwire.
Well, you can't watch the match. Turn on Sirius XM FC. 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights. Hear live matches from USL, MLS, Premier League, and more on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis, and our Tampa Bay Rowdies TV crew bringing this to you tonight. Rowdies attacking again. And Farul standing right in the middle of that goal. One more comes right to him.
Well, Pasillas keeps drifting out to the left-hand side. And then Youngaberry is going to follow up, coming from right midfield, giving Aua all he can handle. The Rowdies are in no position to sit back here. They're going to have to force the tempo. And Arteaga, being the front man, he has to dictate that tempo.
This is Awoa. And quick touches. The ball has been a hot potato here tonight, especially when Loudoun has been in possession. Oh, nicely done. This is Pasillas, left side. Pasillas deflected, sent it on the ground. You see Tampa Bay though, Lawrence White screaming for the ball.
Well, Pasillas does the hard work. He wins it back superbly from Yanis Lehrman. And look at Thomas McCabe. Instincts, protecting that near post, protecting his keeper.
Colony Grill, corner kick coming up off the foot of Ali Bassett.
Good delivery by Bassett. That was inches away from Pasillas.
Guillen sharing it. Youngaberry, left-footed. Again, there's Faro. Leo Fernandez made slight contact, not enough.
Yeah, that was all follow through. Even Faro, thumbs up. Great delivery by Youngaberry, asking the question. And he immediately brought his feet down, not to hurt the keeper, but that was all follow through.
Spikes a little bit high that time or no?
No, he brought it down. And he showed that very clearly. This is going to be a yellow card.
Oh, yeah. Took too much time. Madu trying to take a little too much air out of it here late.
Yeah, as Arteaga is, you want to create the tempo for the Rowdies. Anytime the ball gets into Faro's hands now, he dictates the tempo of the game.
Castellanos getting position. Another ball, getting behind, Santos. Campisi comes up big again. He's played well tonight.
Well, on that right side, Lawrence Wyke and company left for dead as Ben Mines picked out Santos, but the finish left a lot to be desired.
Trying to get it centered. And Tampa Bay with Castellanos. Can't do it much better than that. Berry kept it a little bit too long. Loudoun just swarming like red ants out there. Ben Mines. Again, I couldn't stand red ants back in the day.
Oh.
They kind of remind you of it, though. I mean, they swarm. There's never just one guy coming up. You got to deal with 3 or 4 of them.
You're sitting quietly, having a lollipop, and it's all sugary as a kid, and here comes the red ants.
Sitting there talking to your friend, maybe.
Yeah.
Remember the days.
That's right.
Rowdies dealing with that, though, here tonight.
Tell you what, Loudoun is so quick to react where the next pass is, and even the Rowdies try to close down in midfield. They know where the outlet is because they're so deliberate and so comfortable in their formation. Full credit to Ryan Martin, the coach for Loudoun.
A little give and go that time, broken up. Good idea from Leo Fernandez. Keegan Tingy, part of that USL Team of the Week. Lawrence Wyke. Wyke known for his explosiveness, those big splash plays. I know that's a term we usually use in football, but I've not seen one of those here tonight. At least not just yet. Arteaga, good job. Fires a missile, but it's far left.
Again, when the ball comes into Pacias, who's on top of the box, he's using his body like a target man. He lays it back for Arteaga, who does a great job to win it back right there. Has his shots, but being direct to Pacias seems to be the remedy for the Rowdies, and is creating the best opportunities. Have to continue to use the centre forward.
Well, with soccer season here, SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. Awua. Castellanos involved once again. All belong to Loudoun. We'll get numbers forward.
Again, Loudoun just winning the 50-50 is just being that team. Riley Bidwa, who is a super sub for this team, number 15.
So on the throw-in.
Ooh, Bassett, yellow card. He did not tell the referee something Christmassy.
Gets up slowly. Follow the Frenchman. Such a great soccer history. New York Red Bulls 2. Outstanding for that franchise. FC Cincinnati. Miami as well. Spent time in South Florida, but really playing his best soccer now for Loudoun United. What a pickup.
4 assists in 5 matches coming into tonight. I mean, that's ridiculous. It looks like Santos has won the argument with Abukura. The left footer is going to take this one.
So Pedro Santos, straight out of Portugal. He'll turn 37 years old in 10 days. April 22nd, his birthday. Anchor in that midfield tonight. We'll lay into one here.
Not the best delivery at that angle. You want to get the ball past the penalty spot. Anything in front of the penalty spot is not going to trouble Campisi unless it was an instrument.
Substitution here. Loudoun going deep into their bench. And that guy certainly deserves a break. Abakura relieved here in the 82nd minute.
Looks like it might be the 18-year-old Jamaican Aaron Hurge who came on. Again, this Loudoun team, just so much talent. Young talent. And then they sprinkle in some veterans like Velo.
One thing I've noticed over the past 2-3 years is the Rowdies have tried to kind of reclaim that spot as the best team in the East. The teams that are ascending, Ryan, just built with speed, pure raw speed. I mean, all these teams, Charleston, getting quicker. Loudoun looks like a different team. Blue City always bringing that.
Yeah.
This ball floated up. And once again, Faro puts out the fire. And that's something with Tampa Bay, some of the stars that have been around here for a while. Lasso, Fernandez, Guillen, Lewis Hilton. Have to put speed around those guys, otherwise could be a long year.
Once upon a time, Leo Fernandez was quick, and Seba Guenzati was not here anymore. Carl Jennings was quick. He's off to the to Charleston now. Yeah, Arteaga is a good finisher in the box. He's not quick. No, Pacius is quick, very quick. Aaron Guillen has lost a step. We talked about him coming into the left centre back. That core group that brought so much success to the Rowdies over the last 5 to 6 years. I mean, they've gotten a little long in the tooth, but they're fantastic on the ball, positioning 10 out of 10. But they, like you mentioned, Drew, they definitely need a sprinkle of salt, of quickness around them. Spike's so passionate. Nyangaberry passed that ball just behind him. And you can hear his swear words from here.
Now it's Simon McCabe. Send this one up. Wyke is there to intercept. Let's see if Wyke has got some energy stored here for the final minutes.
Now, if you're Loudoun, you really have to try and get back concentration right now. Tampa Bay Rowdies are enjoying some possession. Loudoun just want back possession and give it up cheaply. And if you're the Rowdies, you want to get Leo Fernandez or Bassett on the ball so they can dictate the pace of the game. They can find the spaces. Beautiful.
How about this? Loudoun, big time counter coming at you. And there he is again, Nicholas Campisi. That could be the save of the game.
Well, Ben Mines showed Campisi exactly where he was going to go.
Mines trying to follow it up, and that one is scored. Loudoun comes right back, not to be denied. So the rebound comes out, it's long, and they're able to follow it right back up. Mines was the guy who kept it alive, and it was...
Looks like it was Wesley Leggett.
Yeah.
These substitutes. Left footer. Leggett, 10 goals in 2024, shows up and gets a goal tonight. And the Rowdies heading to the bench.
You have to wonder, did the Rowdies go to their bench a little bit late here tonight as Andrew Mustali comes in? And Tampa Bay waited an awfully long time, and we're wondering about the legs. How long could they go here? Is Loudoun a little bit younger, a little bit more informed coming in here to this game?
I mean, Loudoun is a toast to the USL coming into our land tonight, while the Rowdies on the opposite end of that spectrum trying to find themselves. And Loudoun United created more of the bigger chances. They've been quicker on the ball. They've been winning the 50-50s. And those are all ingredients to getting goals and winning matches. And the Rowdies right now just trying to be a little desperate. Going to try to play everything forward into the box. And if Loudoun play their cards right, can just pick him off.
Erlinson. And it's Awuah again. So Loudoun has doubled their lead here, and time is running out on the Rowdies. Pacius taken down hard. Another yellow card will be dealt. Pacius gets up quickly. Fernandez will get on top of it.
Well, Keegan Tingy giving Pacius something to think about. Tingy, the right back, tracking all the way back and not allowing Pacius to get any sort of momentum on the ball. Taking the yellow card. He's not going to allow Pacius to push past him. It's one of those tackles they call man or ball. And Tingy got all man.
It's McPherson. He has been taking the set pieces here tonight. Farouk punches it out.
So let's go back to Farou's save off of the line, Drew.
This is White again, setting the Rowdies up, airborne. Pacius got up, so did Farouk. You know what usually happens, the keeper going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Farouk has been excellent tonight on cross balls. He's been definitive coming out of his goal, gets there before Pacius. And yep, the goalkeepers are always going to be protected in this scenario, even though Pacius did a great job to get up there.
Crowd a bit disgusted right in front of Ralph's mob there. I like the fight in Pacius tonight. Still playing to that final whistle.
Yep, he played out wide when he drifted out wide to create for other people like Nyongaberi, and then he stays on top of the box like a target man to lay the balls off for Artiaga and company and McPherson. He is versatile. No surprise, he's the Rowdies' leading scorer after 5 matches.
So this is going to be some tough medicine here for the Rowdies. Home opener, expectations high coming in. Simply has not gone their way. They've had a few opportunities. Game, I think, kind of leveled out as it went on. We are going to get 5 minutes of stoppage time, so don't want to mail this one in just yet. Well, Loudoun United right now clearly in the driver's seat.
Yeah, they're just sitting tight in a low block. Red shirts, or should we say red ants, all around the 18-yard box. And the Rowdies are going to have to be very creative to get through. 2 lines of 4. Sorry, let's make that a line of 5 and a line of 4.
Pass like that right there, just kind of given away. Rowdies have let a lot of those simple chances get away from them. Wesley Leggett former UConn and St. John star, the second goal, and a careless one right there.
Fresh legs of Leggett. He really pounced on that goal. Excellent shot to the near post. And he's given coach Ryan Martin some breathing room. And maybe 3 more points.
So Rua here with the cross. Tingy sent it to the corner. He's trying to get it back. Were you a bit surprised that, I know this is his first performance as head coach, interim head coach that is, for Steve Coleman. Would you have liked to see him go to his bench a little bit earlier?
Yeah, I think he's trying to figure things out as well. I mean,
Sure.
Yeah, we talked about the players trying to get their rhythm. I think Coach Coleman wants to give these players every opportunity to find their rhythm, to find their form. He has an idea of 8 of his 11 players. So now I'm going to give him a free one.
Now it's Fernandez. Trying to get into the box, broken up that time. So you get one free pass from the broadcasting expertise and critique of Ryan Davis.
Get out of jail free card. Remember that in Monopoly? Get out of jail free?
Oh, sure. Youngaberry puts one up again. Pasillas. White.
So confident on the ball as well. Everybody just wants the ball for Loudoun. They came in here full of confidence, and confidence seeps through into your game. Look at Velo, one touch turn. Leggett now, who just scored a goal, he's full of confidence. He wants to take on players. He wants to get another goal.
Good touch there by Fernandez. And now, running in stride, it's Nyongaberry. Pacific Nyongaberry cuts it back. Pasillas, shot, scored!
Talk about confidence. That's 3 and 3 for Pasillas. He's been drifting out wide, creating. He's been a target man, laying off balls. This time, you cannot give him any room. Nyongaberry just cuts it back on Yanis Lerman. Finds Pasillas, one touch, 2-1.
Took a little more than 93 minutes for the Rowdies to register their first goal at home. But good to see it finally come.
The finish was incredible as well. He hooked it right into the far post. He knew where the goal was, Drew. Didn't have to look up. He knew exactly where to put the ball. And that's a sign of a player in confidence. Just need more Rowdies players to have that sort of feeling flowing through their veins in the upcoming matches.
Tampa Bay not done. Can the Rowdies muster an opportunity or two? Credit Tampa Bay for staying in the game. And how about Mustali, who had the great touch to get Nyongaberry in motion on that last sequence. Rowdies now attacking again. Like to see Fernandez with it here in these moments.
Straight to the corner flag.
Loudoun simply wants to keep it on the Rowdies' half.
And you can hear that tackle from the commentary box. McPherson is more than likely going to be cautioned for the tackle on Mines.
Mines looks up, wonders if anybody's watching.
It was McPherson who gave the ball away, and that was a tackle straight from Scotland. Ben Mines is going to stay down, and you can understand why.
Castellanos having a few words here.
So US Open Cup on Wednesday. I understand the Rowdies will have to use more of their squad. Players like Mustali, Joey Skinner, De Jesus, the left-footed or left back from Brazil. And the referee's blowing the final whistle.
That's going to do it. Rowdies not going to have another opportunity. So kind of a sour way for this game to end.
I have to say, professional job by Loudoun tonight. Coming into our land, doing a great job maintaining possession. They created 7 shots to 2 in the first half alone, Drew. In the first half alone. In the second half, it was a little more even. 9 shots to 10. Rowdies pipping Loudoun 10 shots to 9 in the second half. But Loudoun United knew exactly where the outlet was. They had more of the possession in the second half, 54 to 45. They were in full control in the midfield. This man, Pacias, again doing his job, getting on the score sheet. But players like Castellanos, Lasso, even Lawrence Wyke, McPherson, also Bassett, Vinca Yazil in that defensive midfield position never really got into any rhythm in creating tempo for the Rowdies. And it showed up in the last third where the Rowdies never really created any big chance until the end. They had to go out wide and just serve the ball into the middle.
Good show of respect from both of these clubs. Clearly, Loudoun, I think, the better team tonight overall. Tampa Bay, though, had some moments, and you could see the cohesion building in different parts of this match. The Rowdies have been through a lot over the past month, 4 games on the road, and then getting ready to come back home and learning that your head coach has been dismissed just yesterday morning, and the shocking announcement that was put out. But it is Steve Coleman's staff now and Steve Coleman's way, and the Rowdies adapting to that. Good nucleus in place. I think better days certainly ahead for this Tampa Bay side.
Yeah, I mean, the only way is up, right? They're going to gel. I think Coach Coleman is going to start to stick with a 13-player rotation. I mean, he's going to bring other players off the bench, but he's going to have 13 players to choose an 11 from. Let's say 14 players. And he's really going to try to build a unit in the coming weeks in which this team could just get comfortable and, like Loudoun, find that outlet, find those crisp passing and motion off the ball that makes life a lot easier in this sport.
So we're going to step aside, take a break, come back to Al Link Stadium after this. Loudoun United 2-1 the final over Tampa Bay. We'll be back.
Need a reason to smile? We've got 4. Weeknights from 5, it's a block of non-stop laugh-out-loud comedy. At 5, kick back with the Connors. At 6, the laughs keep rolling with American Housewife. At 7, the jokes get even bigger with 1 hour of Friends. And at 8, it's comedy gold with Flipside. 4 hours, all comedy, all laughs. The Comedy Block. Weeknights from 5 to 9 p.m. only on Tampa Bay 44.
Tampa, St. Pete, the Rays, the Rowdies, the golf courses, the beaches. The Tampa Bay area is filled with great choices. That's why you choose to call it home. At Orlando Health, we're here to make your healthcare choices even better with our investments in St. Pete's Bayfront Hospital and Tampa Bay's respected Florida Medical Clinic, plus new ER locations and even healthier choices to come. Orlando Health. Choose well.
So what makes the original Hooters so special? Everybody wants to know our secret recipe. The answer is simple. We care about our people, the food we serve, our guests, and the community around us. And this has been true since day one. We created a unique experience like no other. What you see is years of hard work. This is our family, and we're here because we care. To us, originality isn't just one thing, it's everything. Hooters, always original.
So soccer returns to Al Link Stadium. Not the result the Rowdies were looking for, but definitely some silver lining as Loudoun United gets the 2-1 victory over Tampa Bay. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis, And the Crew wrapping things up here on this gorgeous Saturday night. Loudoun United comes out the aggressor from the start. First half, no goals scored, but in the second half, things certainly picked up, and it was just a matter of time before Loudoun was able to cash in. It happened off a penalty. Days ahead. The Al Lang will certainly rise many times in the future. Hope you enjoyed it. For Ryan Davis and our phenomenal crew, I'm Drew Felios. Have a great weekend, everybody. Loudoun wins it tonight, 2-1, the final.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.